In today's video, we're going to be talking about 9 ways that you can stay positive during times of crisis. Hello, I'm Cheryl Campbell, and I wanted to share with you these 9 tips because I realize how many people are really experiencing a lot of fear because of the health crisis that we're all dealing with. And what I also know is that fear does a couple of things to our body. It raises our stress levels, and it also lowers our immune systems. So I wanted to make sure that you had some useful but simple tips that you can do to make sure that you stay positive during this worldwide health crisis. Also, if you stick with me to the end of the video, I'm going to give you 3 actionable steps that you can start right now, and a list of books in case you want to read up on other ways for you to stay positive, especially during times of crisis. So let's jump right in and get started. Most of us can agree that positive thinking is important. It tends to make us feel better, be more productive, and reduces stress. The problem is, our lives aren't always rosy. Crises do happen, be it on a personal level or something more widespread. That's what we're experiencing right now with this worldwide pandemic that is occurring. The reality is a part of everyone's life, and it makes keeping your spirits up a little bit tough. So if you are struggling to stay positive and hopeful when going through these tough times, try following the 9 tips I'm about to share with you. The first thing and the most important is don't put your head in the sand. No matter what you're dealing with, ignoring it is rarely the answer. While ignoring problems might feel good in the short term, it will sap your long-term positivity. Plus, many of the other tips that I'm going to be talking about require you to acknowledge your circumstances first. This too shall pass. When you are in the midst of a crisis, it is nearly impossible to keep things in perspective. That said, you need to recognize that your circumstances are temporary. Things might seem dire at the moment, but try your best to remember that this too shall pass. Make a plan. One of the single best things you can do to maintain positivity during tough times is to make a plan on how you're going to deal with it. When you focus on the solution rather than the problem, you will naturally feel more positive. You will feel like you are rising to the challenge. Think about the things you are grateful for. It is vital to remember that there is good in the world, and more importantly, there is good in your life. When you are struggling, take some time to list the things in your life that you are grateful for. Even if it is something as simple as you're grateful for the beauty of nature that surrounds you, or you're grateful for the smile that your child gave you as they were walking out of the room. There's always something to be grateful for. See it, acknowledge it, it will make you feel better. Reach out for support. Think of it in terms of support in, support out. In other words, reach out to loved ones and offer your support. But then reach out to those same people if you need assistance. When things are dire, it is always reaffirming when people pull together and help each other. Take a break. Sometimes our circumstances are so dire that we are forced to think about our problems constantly. That's what is occurring right now. So let me tell you, it is okay to take a break. You can take a break from the news, take a break from social media, take a break from other people. It might not be easy, but taking a break from this kind of external stimuli can help to keep you positive. Journal your feelings. Journaling is a powerful tool in so many ways. By simply giving you a place to express your fears and concerns, a journal helps you maintain positivity outside of its pages. Do you know how good it feels to vent to a friend? Well, consider your journal as your best friend. Now, I happen to have created a journal for happiness not too long ago, and you can get a free copy of it. Just print it out and start writing. It also has a little affirmation on the bottom of each page, so go ahead and use those as well. They certainly can't hurt. Focus on things you can control. When your world seems like it is spinning out of control, you may feel helpless. One way to address this and stay more positive is to focus on the things you can control. Instead of fretting about the things that you can't, focus on making sure you do your best job on the things you can control. Your emotions, your reactions are always your choice. So in a case of craziness that's going on around the world right now, you can choose to be in fear, or you can choose to acknowledge that fear, let it go, and act with responsibility and with a clear head because you stepped outside of the fear. Again, you always have control over your own reactions. Embrace distractions. Distractions are usually the worst. We are often trying to learn how to avoid or deal with distractions, but in cases like this, they aren't that bad when you are struggling to stay positive in really tough times. No matter how silly they seem, you should embrace these distractions, especially if they bring you joy in these difficult times. So I promised you 3 action steps that you can do immediately. And out of the 9 little tips I gave you, I do think that 3 of them will help you the most in a lot of different ways. The first thing is, because so many of us are filled with fear during a time of crisis, it's really important to address this. So write down your feelings. Think about everything you are dealing with and how it's affecting you. Write it down. Don't worry about grammar or spelling. Just focus on getting your feelings out of your head and onto the paper. A lot of times, that in itself will take away some of the confusion and some of the fear. And don't forget, if you want a free copy of a happiness journal that you can begin journaling with, just download it and go ahead and print it out. The second thing is reach out. Whether you are reaching out to offer support or requesting it, reaching out will help you feel like part of a community. And when we all work together, we can overcome anything. The third tip that I thought was the most important is to make a plan. Think about what your biggest struggle is right now and devise a plan on how you're going to tackle it. Set some goals and some deadlines. You will feel more positive by just having that plan, and even more positive if you act on it. So if you're concerned about getting proper information now, make a list of some of the sites that you can go to get accurate information, so you don't have to count on social media where there are so many false stories going around right now. Make a plan, stick to it if you can. I have collected some additional resources for you if you want to read up a little bit more about staying positive. They're listed here, and I also will include some links below if you'd like to pop over to Amazon Kindle. I hope you find them helpful. And please remember this: try to work through the fear, set it aside, think rationally, think positive, and you will come out of any situation so much better than you were before. For now, I just want to send you many blessings to you and your family. Please stay home, stay safe, and until we speak again, much love to you and yours.